Hello, all. This is Jodie Lobana. Today, I will be talking to you about Life Sutras. This is truth about life as I see it. There are four principal sutras. First, I will give you a little summary of those sutras, and then I will go over the details. The four principal sutras are: life is impermanent. Second, actions that we take both matter and do not matter. Third, we should do actions that give us happiness and peace. And fourth, we need to wake up to our permanent divine essence and be free from all suffering. That is the only way that I've found to be free from all suffering. That is to wake up to our divine essence. So now I will talk about the individual sutras. So the first sutra is life is impermanent. This is the truth about life, that you can see it in your own life. You can see that human beings have only about 100 years in their lifespan. You can see plants and animals that are dying. Even the buildings that you see around you are impermanent. After a certain number of years, they get so old that they need to be demolished and reconstructed. So everything around us is impermanent. So in this impermanent life, whatever we do has only a limited lifespan. And that actually brings me to the second sutra. And we'll come back to the first sutra because it is actually impacting the second tenet, second principle. And the second sutra is actions that we take during our lifetime both matter and do not matter. Actions matter during our lifespan. For example, if we wish to get a degree at a university, we will have to study. If we want to get promotion in a job, we need to work hard. If we want to make lots of money, we need to do business. So for all these things, actions need to be taken. So actions do matter during our lifespan. But then the question may arise, why do I say actions do not matter as well? This is because in the grand scheme of things, as we die, those actions that we have taken don't really matter. So the person who becomes, through his hard work and intelligence, president of a country, dies in the same way as the janitor of an organization. So death becomes a great equalizer for their lives. At the end of the day, both of these individuals go empty-handed. In fact, I would say that the individual who lived a better life is the individual who had happiness and peace in his heart. So that actually brings me to the third tenet, which is we must do actions that bring us happiness and peace. Because as you know, life is impermanent. All the actions that we do are not going to matter at the end of the day. So then the actions that we can take or we should take are the ones that bring us happiness and peace. And those actions are different for different people, you know. Some people, it's raising kids, bring them happiness. Other people, it's doing well in their business. There are other type of people who are in research labs, and discovering something new would give them happiness. So whatever gives you happiness, live your life like that. And I think that's where your great contribution would come from as well. Because whatever we are passionate about will bring the greatest possible creative force to you. And that will bring the greatest contribution to humanity from you. So do actions that give you happiness and peace. So as you can see now with the first three sutras, that life being impermanent impacts our decisions, our day-to-day decisions. And hopefully by the time we are following the third sutra, we are taking actions that are keeping us happy and peaceful. But note that the first three sutras are still in the impermanent space, which means that at the time of the death, all is going to be over. So then what's the solution? The only solution that's given by the spiritual leaders, spiritual teachers of ages is that we must wake up to our permanent divine essence. The only thing that stays after death is the divine essence. It was there before our birth and it will be there after our death. So if we can somehow during our lifetime wake up to this permanent divine essence and become one with it, which is called self-realization, then we'll be free from all suffering. And how does that happen? Is once you're one with the divine essence, your role in life changes. You actually become like a theater goer who's gone to watch a movie. So your own life actually becomes a movie that gets displayed right in front of you, and you become a witness to that movie. And so, irrespective of what happens, good or bad things happen in that movie, that don't really impact you because you're separate from that movie. You're actually a witness to it. And hence, there is no suffering because nothing good or bad impacts you. And that is the only way that I have personally found as a way to get permanent joy and permanent bliss in my life. And I am sharing that with you all as well, so that you can also have a life without suffering. So those are the four tenets of life, the four principal sutras that I follow in my life. And if you were to follow, you would hopefully would also gain this place of permanent joy and no suffering. That's all for now. Signing out, Jodie Lobana.